Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance. Today I have a tool review, or it's whatever you want to call it review. It's a tool to me because it's a thing that I use to get my job done, and that is a pencil that I'm going to talk about today. And it's going to be a Pica pencil, but it's not going to be your typical Pica 3030. I mean, we all know what those are. I love these. These have become, the thing I use all day long. I keep one of these in my pants pocket, along with my Olight little flashlight and a Milwaukee Fastback. That's kind of my everyday thing that goes in my pocket, but I also keep one in every tool bag that I have, and then I keep one in my Atlas 46 vest. I keep one in my Vito apron. So I really enjoy this pencil. I love the 2mm lead is kind of the go-to lead for me on most tasks, and the fact that you got this sharpener built in so you can keep that point nice and good on this pencil right here. I think I really like that on this Pica 3030. I highly recommend this. Of course, again, we all know about this pencil, or there's also different brands out there. I know that Ox has one. There's a couple other ones out there. You guys can put in the comments below if there's one that you prefer over the other and why. But sometimes that 2mm lead, that's too big for me. It differs for certain things. But again, that is my go-to. So if I had to pick one of these to have, it'd be this one. But I also like 0.9mm pencils. I like mechanical pencils as well. I don't like having to mess with sharpening them. You can get these. This one's a 0.5mm, just regular old cheap pencil that you can put. These are the kind of things that I just keep with me in my truck. I go in somewhere and I'm taking some notes for an estimate, writing down measurements, doing a drawing on a notepad that I'm going to turn into a better drawing later, just to mark down where measurements are. I'm not a big fan of the real small lead like 0.5 and things like that because it breaks so easy, so I don't typically use these anymore. 0.9 has kind of been my go-to, and I started out with these Pentel P209s. I just liked them. I thought that they look like a pencil. They work well. I don't have any issues with these. It's just they're not that robust. They break sometimes. This right here ends up breaking off at that point right here. You'll lose that, but I mean, it's a pencil. It's going to break over time. Well, then I was watching somebody's video, and I wish I could remember whose it was. I'd give them some credit for it, but I probably have seen it on several. It was one of those I wish I knew about these things sooner videos of somebody's. And they mentioned these Pentel Graphgear 1000s. I think it's all wore off on that one. I don't know if I have more writing on this one, a little bit more. This is the 0.9mm. It's the yellow color. They have different colors of these. So if you want a 0.3, I think they have a 0.3, 0.5, 0.7, 0.9. 0.9 again is what I like to use just because I like the little bit thicker lead. It holds up better. But the thing I like about this pencil is that it's heavy. It's got some weight to it. It doesn't feel chintzy, like these two just feel like, nothing in your hand. This one's got some weight to it. And then also, as you click to get the lead out, that's when that tip comes out, and then the pencil lead comes out in really small increments, so it's not as easy to break off. If you have a pencil, sometimes it puts out a bunch of lead. It just constantly breaks. This puts out just enough that the breaking point is not, very quick to cause it to break. And then also, when you go to put this in your pocket and you want to clip this around your shirt pocket, whenever you do that, that tip sucks back in, and that keeps all that from that hard point from poking in your pocket, tearing up your shirts, getting pencil on things, all that kind of stuff. But mostly I like the feel of this one, but that's a nice feature as well. Well, this was my only option, and as far as for job site use, it just doesn't hold up real well. I mean, you drop it one time while it's open like that, and you hit this tip, it bends, the lead won't come out. All those things, as long as you're careful with it, it holds up well. And this is still my go-to pencil for taking notes on job sites, as far as for going in and writing down estimate notes and things like that. But John C. had mentioned to me that Pica also had now a 7070. And you're not going to find this a lot of places. I ended up getting this on woodcraft.com. I think Toolnut might have it. I'll put a couple places links in the description. They won't be affiliate links, but just to save you the time of getting it. But I think if you Google, Pica 0.9 or Pica 7070, you're going to have that come up. And it's a 0.9mm lead pencil, just like the Graphgear that I've got. Also comes with the eraser on it, so you have an eraser built in. So you got the same mechanical action as any other mechanical pencil, but you get the advantage to me of the Pica having this sleeve that you can put in your pocket and the sleeve stays in your pocket. It makes it easy to get that pencil in and out. There's no, worry about breaking something or something in your pocket, poking and through your pocket, all those things. It's kind of that more of a job site 0.9 millimeter pencil to me. And a lot of times you might not need a 0.9 millimeter pencil. Again, I take notes and things with that, but you could also be someone who has a lot of scribing tools. Like I've got this Woodpecker Saddle T6, has all these little holes in it that I can scribe lines on. Well, whenever I use that, you can't use a 2 millimeter pencil with these. Those holes are set up to be used with 0.9 millimeter is the biggest that I've seen that will fit in these holes. That fits pretty much perfectly, and we'll go through there. You can see it maybe there at that little tip right there. Maybe if I put that through there, you can see that lead come through that hole. It's pretty much that exact size. And so if you're going to use a tool like this to scribe lines, then you're going to need a 0.9 millimeter pencil or 0.7 or something like that. Now, sometimes, these can get a little weird and wonky with a mechanical pencil. You got to be careful with it or they break off and all those things. But you can use it with this. And I've always, like I said, the Graphgear is what I've normally went to when I use a tool like this. But now that I have this clips into my apron easier, clips into my vest, all those things. So just as I use my Graphgear to scribe lines on a board, I can now use this Pica 7070 with that same 0.9 millimeter lead. I can put those in the hole, and then I can scribe the same type of line with one of those. And again, sometimes you just need that finer point to be able to make smaller marks to get you exactly what you want instead of having that bigger lead of this 3030. And again, you can sharpen the point on this and you can get it to where it makes that same kind of mark, but then you got to constantly keep it sharp. A lot of times if I'm using this on the job site, it is just something that I normally I'll sharpen it every once in a while, but I'm not making marks that have to be so precise that even if the lead's a little bit thicker, it doesn't matter to me. The whole reason why the 2 millimeter is good is because it holds up without breaking and lasts for a really long time. But yeah, guys, that's the Pica 7070. Just wanted to bring it to your attention. Maybe there's a lot of woodworkers out there that don't even know that this is a thing. If you're a 0.9 millimeter guy like me, you might want to check that out and get you one of those. And again, thank you, Josie, for letting me know that it was out there. And also, if you guys just like mechanical pencils, this one to me is hard to beat. I really like these. And even if you want a different lead, again, they got many options of lead. They've even got a package that has every pencil in it of the different lead variations in case you like to swap around and do different things. But this is by far the best mechanical pencil I've ever used, is that Pentel Graphgear 1000. But as far as for a job site, and the key thing to me is having this sleeve. I mean, this is the whole reason why I like Pica pencils, is because of that sleeve, how it fits in your tool bag, your apron pockets, your pants pockets, all those things, and it allows you quick access, to those pencils. You get that same thing with this Pica 7070. So let me know what kind of pencils you guys use on the job site, or whether you're doing some woodworking or whatever it might be, or even for doing estimates and stuff like that. If there's a pencil pen, something like that that's out there, just some kind of utensil or writing utensil that helps you get the job done, put that in the comments below. I always am into looking at these things too. I mean, it's a tool to me. It's a thing that helps me get the job done. So a Pica pencil I've really enjoyed. I'm glad that I found these, and now I'm really glad I found this one as well. But hope that this was useful. Let me know in the comments below if it's useful to you. Stay safe, have a blessed day, and I'll see you on the next video.